Today's topic is about excess carriers in semiconductor. Before going to the topic, I need to tell you about the thermal equilibrium once again. You know what do you mean by thermal equilibrium. The thermal equilibrium means the first condition is no other external excitation except temperature. Excitation, as I said earlier, the process by which electrons from the valence band moves to the conduction band. So, due to this movement, it is actually possible by acquiring the energy by the electron in the valence band. The energy acquirement by the electron is through the possible of three ways. One is through temperature, second one is using light or optical source, and the third one is using voltage. So these are the three external excitation: light, voltage, temperature, so as to help the electrons from the valence band to move to the conduction band. So in the thermal equilibrium, the first state or first condition is no external excitation except temperature is involved. The second condition is net current that is equal to 0, which means a positive current is existing, correspondingly a current which is called negative value should also have to exist. That is, if there is a current flow due to hole, there should be a current flow due to electron in opposite direction. The two current are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Hence the positive current cancelled with the negative current. Net current is equal to 0. Okay. Now in thermal equilibrium, electron concentration and hole concentration represented as N0 and P0. That is N0, that is electron concentration, P0, that is hole concentration. Okay. Now let us move to the excess carriers in semiconductor. Excess carriers in semiconductor, there are two mechanisms. First one is called generation, second one is called recombination. In generation, you know, that is a light, that is which is called as photon of energy h mu, where h is Planck's constant, mu is frequency, h mu or can be written as hc by lambda, where c velocity of light, lambda that is wavelength. Such a light energy, when it is entered inside the semiconductor and falls on the valence band, electrons which are bonded by the covalent bond in valence band acquire this energy, and if h mu is greater than this forbidden gap, it is the energy that is maximally enough for the electron to break the covalent bond and make them to excited to the conduction band. So once the electrons excited from the valence band, it will be moving to the top energy level of conduction band, and the process is called generation. After some time, from the bottom energy level of conduction band, it is the electron which is moving to the bottom energy level of conduction band. It is shown in the blue line, that is marked as figure of B. Okay, the figure of A, the line which is labeled as A, that is indicating the electron flow from the valence band to the topmost energy level of conduction band by the acquiring of optical energy h mu, which is greater than Eg. Once it reaches the top energy level of conduction band, after some time it will again falling to the bottom energy level of conduction band, that is labeled as B. Now after a time called excess carrier lifetime, this electron will directly fall back from the bottom energy level of conduction band to the valence band. Here it will recombine with the hole in the valence band and become neutral, and that is labeled as C, and the process of C called as recombination, that is process of combining electron and hole together, that called as recombination. By the process of recombination, there will be an energy is released in the form of light, and that is the working principle of LED and laser, and is called as photoluminescence. And the first figure, this is actually representing the both generation and recombination. Generation, which is seen in the rightmost end, there the electron is falling from valence band to conduction band by acquiring of energy, and in the recombination, which is the leftmost part, electron from the conduction band falls back to the valence band by the release of energy. Let us talk about the points. So this is the points that is mentioned in the generation and recombination. Okay, now these are the two figures which you want to represent for these two mechanisms. Now, as by a continuation, you know that here the conductivity of the metal is contributed by this electron, hence that conduction is called as photoconductivity. Now, as you know, it is the light which is entering to the semiconductor material of thickness L. Okay, so what will happen is, it is the light beam whose intensity will be decaying or reducing when it is traveling through the material. Let us represent the intensity of the light as I of x, where s represent distance, equal to I naught, which is the maximum brightness at distance equal to 0, e raised to minus alpha x. Why the expression is written? Because it is the intensity of light that is decaying exponentially with the increasing distance, and the ultimate limit or the ultimate intensity will be at the corner of the semiconductor of length L, that is at x equal to L. Substituting the value of x equal to L in the equation of I of x, it is rewritten as I of L equal to I naught e raised to minus alpha L, where alpha called as absorption coefficient. Now, after this excess carrier means by the form of light an electron is generated in the conduction band and a hole is generated in the valence band, which are called as excess carriers, and that are represented as del N and del P. Del N is excess electron concentration, del P that is excess hole concentration. And N0, P0, as you know, the electron and hole concentration in thermal equilibrium, N and P as the total electron and hole concentration or non-equilibrium concentration. Then the N and P is listed as N is equal to N0 plus del N, P is equal to P0 plus del P, and del N and del P, that is excess electron and excess hole, are same. Let us look at the recombination diagram. In the recombination diagram, you can see that electrons in the conduction band falls back to the valence band by recombining with the holes and by the release of some energy and getting neutral. Mainly the recombinations are two types. First one is called direct recombination, second one is called indirect recombination. From the figure itself, it is clearly understood that in the direct recombination, electron from the conduction band is directly falling to the valence band. But in the case of indirect, it is not directly falling, it is reaching to a level called recombination center. From there, it is only transition to what? The valence band. The semiconductor which is having direct recombination is called direct band gap semiconductor, example gallium arsenide, and the semiconductor having indirect recombinations are called as indirect band gap semiconductor, examples are silicon and germanium. So this is actually the introduction about the excess